There are signs that a long-awaited ceasefire and hostage deal for Gaza is inching closer. Israel continues to pound the coastal enclave as Egypt, Qatar and the US lead the talks for a truce in the 14-month war. A fire broke out in northern Gaza when a house near a hospital was hit. Local medics say at least 20 people were killed in the latest round of Israeli strikes. In the south, Palestinians are inspecting the damage to a tent camp in Khan Yunis. The area had been designated a humanitarian area, and many of those displaced aren't hopeful a ceasefire will ever be reached.
Don't expect anything from the Israelis. There has never been a truce with them. Why don't you understand they don't make truces? They only take a break, a rest for themselves. But there are no real truces with them. This is our fate as Palestinians in life, to keep struggling until the day of judgment.
Despite pleas for a pause in the fighting, repeated rounds of talks over the past year have failed to broker a binding agreement between Israel and Hamas. US and Arab mediators believe the main sticking points are now closer to being resolved. The United Nations Security Council says a deal is urgently needed.
A ceasefire is long overdue. The continued collective punishment of the Palestinian people is unjustifiable. The relentless bombardment of Gaza by Israeli forces, the larger number of civilian casualties, the blanket destruction of Palestinian neighborhoods, and the worsening humanitarian situation are horrific.
The war started when Hamas and other militants went on a rampage through southern Israel on October 7, 2023. About 1,200 people were killed and 250 Israelis were taken hostage into Gaza. A day later, Israel launched its major offensive against militants in the territory. And since then, Gazan authorities say more than 45,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israel's bombardment. The majority of the coastal enclave's 2.3 million people have been displaced, with many living in crowded tent camps. About 100 captives are still being held by militants. It's not known how many have died. Israel's UN ambassador is optimistic a deal is on the horizon.
Negotiations on a hostage deal are ongoing. We hope we can achieve a deal. After many rejections by Hamas, we hope we're going to have some news before the holiday of Hanukkah and Christmas.
Dozens of hostages were released during a brief pause in the fighting in November last year. Ilana was one of them. She was held by militants in Gaza for 55 days. Her boyfriend Matan is still there. She's worried the 25-year-old could die in captivity before he's freed.
So now I can't tell you if he's alive or now he's dead. Because I was there, I know the hell that he threw. I open their eyes, I see the hell. I close my eyes, I see the hell. All small pieces in my goof, in my body, they say what happens to me. From the little mark from the burn, it's my break from my pelvis. If they broken my mouth, I can hear from the small earring.